For some people, getting that entrepreneurial idea that will be a success can be a real challenge. For others, they have too many ideas, and those very ideas can hold them back from ever getting stuck into any one thing. Here's what I mean. So I've been having a bit of an issue myself personally, and it's something I think a hell of a lot of entrepreneurs have similarly. So over and above leading social as a social media marketing agency that I'm really proud of and I really love, I always had an ambition to capitalize off that with a number of events, going back to kind of where I really got all my experience in business, and I've got so much experience in. So anyway, the one thing I was conscious of is that if I wanted to make any progress, I needed to focus. So I took all those event ideas I had and pushed them aside. And I focused completely in on leading social without distraction. And thank God I did that, because we've made really, really strong process and we're in a brilliant position. So now we're in the position where I've hired in an MD. They're going to be taking the reins soon enough. I'm kind of conscious of how I'm stepping back. And there's a number of things I'll be looking at, but one of them very much so is these events. Here comes the problem. So I've got about 8 or 9 of these event concepts, or brands, or ideas that I've literally had on the shelf for 2 to 3 years. I am so excited about all of them. And I think it's because I have so many and I've thought so much about them that it's actually paralyzed me from getting stuck into them. It's kind of the same for a lot of entrepreneurs when they have a load of different ideas, and I lay you a bet if you're watching this, you might be in the position, or you definitely have met somebody who has loads of ideas, but it's almost as if those ideas are paralyzing them from ever getting stuck into any one thing. And it's the exact problem I'm having. I've got all these ideas on the shelf. They're really exciting, they're really cool, but I'm finding it hard to actually just get started, because I see them so big and I see them so exciting, and no sooner do I look at one than I'm looking back at the other, and I'm looking at the other and looking at, anyway, it's a mess. And I've actually found myself a little bit paralyzed for the last couple of months. Anyway, I was sharing this with the team earlier on, and yeah, I think as humans, when there's too much choice, we just get stuck in this kind of plateau or limbo. We get stuck bang in the middle of being just stuck with indecision. So anyway, what I had to do, and I think it's a good thing for anybody who has all these ideas but can't get stuck in, we can do the same thing. I looked at these events and I broke them down in terms of which one I wanted to do the most, which I could do the most efficiently, which had the best chance of success, which was the most personally fulfilling, and I put them down on paper and prioritized them. And I took the top one and I took the others and pushed them aside. And I put a term and condition on that. I said, look, I'm just going to do this one for now, and I won't touch any of the other events until this event is set up, established, independently led, and growth focused, separate to me. Only then, once that's achieved, will I then look at the next one, and I'll approach them again in the same fashion, looking at the one that I've prioritized the most over and above the others. That's the way you get started if you've too many ideas. And that's how you get yourself out of limbo. So if you're an aspiring entrepreneur and you're weighing up the opportunities, you're looking at the market in front of you and you are dying to get stuck into business, but you've got all these ideas, and those ideas are almost stopping you from getting stuck in, you have to pick one. And you have to take the others and you have to put them aside for now. Key thing, it's so simple, but unless you look at it like that, you'll spend months sitting in limbo going, what about this, what about that, what about this, what about that? And we all know people that are in that position, and they become almost like a bit of a joke, because they're all ideas, but they're no action. So to get yourself out of that ideas space and into that action space, we sometimes have to focus on just one thing, get that right, nail it, before we move on to the other. We can't do everything all at once.